Hello everyone. Welcome to Daily Game Review number 97. Today we have Fellow 9Q versus 2013087Q. An interesting name. I wonder how they remember that. It doesn't look like it's a birthday or anything, so it's interesting. And I actually didn't type the whole name. It's actually 201308801. Oh, 2013 August 1st. That's what the actual name. I didn't put all the numbers because I didn't know if I had enough space. But anyway, interesting name. Okay, so let us go through the game. Normal so far and Chinese opening and immediately go in. So according to basics, this is not the one we want to do because we want to play from the open side and make it easier to invade. Something like this, and we can go 3-3 or we can jump back. And those are the easier ones to do. And remember, we want to do easy moves if we can, because this move is going to give black something to attack. So it's kind of like giving our opponent something to attack and giving our opponent a little edge in the game. Because being attacked is not very fun, but attacking is very fun, and attacking you'll gain profit. And here is just getting us a weak group a little too early in the game. So I don't recommend this move. And it looks like you're a little worried about black getting too much. Don't worry about it. Just get something else. Change. So black gets this side and you get this side or something. As long as you're getting something equal to black, you're fine. Don't worry about it too much. Play the easy moves because you don't want to make it hard on yourself for no. Right, so we play here, black kicks, and then a pincer. Ooh, so maybe you're trying to play a trick, but how does this stone help you? Because if black just plays this one, it's like you played here, and then you said, I'm gonna go in. Black's like, okay, then I'm gonna kill you. So if you change the order, it's why did you black played this one. Why did you play this move? Right? And if we change the order, you actually, it kind of looks like you play the move, right? So this is good for black. However, black chose this one. This feels like you're defending, black. I'm not sure what you're doing. What if white threatens the corner, gets us Atari, and then nobody's up? Well, this corner looks kind of pathetic and inefficient and over-concentrated. And the influence looks good for white, so this result would be good for white. Maybe black would choose this one, so perhaps I would just Nobi first. Or maybe even a 1-point jump. Who knows? Just something, right? Just around the corner, and I think it's a little good for white. White did choose the 1-point jump, so I think white's trick worked. White nobies. White, I would say just surround. I wouldn't worry about, oh, maybe you could. I'm worried about this, though. And it's hard to say which one is important. Probably, hard to say. Really hard to say. Really hard to say. Maybe a tiger's mouth here. Get this Atari, and then black fixes with something, and Atari, and then tiger's mouth. Maybe this is possible. Maybe this is possible. That way you still get this around, and even if black plays something like this, it's not that big of a deal because you can just play that and then capture this. Black gets a big corner, but you got big influence. Hard to say who it's good for. Probably it's good for white because I like influence. So I prefer white. I won't say it's good for white. I'll say I'll prefer. All right, so black doesn't split white. I think this split's very important because if you don't split, let's say black played one more move, right? If you don't split, this influence just completely surrounded and sealed black. Remember, the Chinese opening's meant for a lot of influence, but instead white got influence in black's area. Therefore, black definitely got tricked, and this is definitely good for white. But so if you ignore and white somehow makes it back to this move at some point in the game, then this result's going to be good for white. And this one is good for black because it's two weak groups. So this is definitely the urgent spot, and it's urgent before big. So definitely want to play this move right now. White pincers, white. I think white's only got the mindset of stopping what my opponent's going to build. Because that's what I'm seeing so far. This move isn't bad, but I think the mindset behind it's probably bad. Because white played this one, and now white's playing this one. So it's like white's trying to prevent black from getting anything. And that usually leads to black getting something, not as much as he wanted, but he'll get something, and white will get absolutely nothing. Remember, this game is a game of exchanges. You have to exchange something with your opponent. So your opponent will get something, and you get something, and you're just trying to get a little bit more than your opponent. But here it's like you're stopping your opponent from getting anything, but black's going to get something. Like his moves are going to get something. But all your moves are doing is stopping black from getting more than that something. And it's not gaining anything. So it's a bad mindset to have. We'll see what the actual result is. White chooses to play on the bottom. Uh, this is a move. Okay, maybe it's fine. Normally I don't see it though. Bad push. Bad push. Let's see what your follow-up is. You want to push? Then just push. You want to push? Just push. Don't play that. Don't play this push. Because it lowers your own liberties. It's very bad to lower your own liberties. There's no reason to, right? You get this move is Sente without this move. You can still play this move. So why make this exchange and lower your own liberty? No good reason. You want the push, just push. I don't think you need to though. Well, maybe you do because you left this cut. Okay, you want to push and then maybe play something here, or maybe you want to go in, but then why? Maybe just something here. Black defends, and you go play. Oh yeah. Go play the urgent move, and this result's good for white. This result's even. This result corner. Black's a little bit better on territory, but white has influence. Doesn't. So white doesn't have Comey, so it's good for black. If white had Comey, I would still say it's slightly good for black. Slightly, but that's because I don't like this. This territory is not equal to this. Well, maybe it is. Okay, so let's say if there's Comey, it's even. But I like the top side for white. So maybe white's better, but black has Sente. Hard to say. Hard to say. It's pretty close, but without Comey, it's definitely good for black. With Comey, this result good for black, but good for white. I don't know. Maybe it's good for white. But notice how if I had Comey, I can't say it's too good for black. I just say black has Sente, and I'm not sure if black's going to get something. And that's because I don't like this. But anyway, white played this one and this push. I don't think this push is necessary. This is not the move. If I was black, immediately play here. And what about all the combinations? Like after I play this one, I would want to come back and play this one. And where's white getting anything? White's getting nothing. Normal move. A kick? Kick's not coming. Yeah, kick's definitely not. You want to go hot? Well, low if you want Sente. But this normally you want to develop on top because you have the stones. Hane, that's fine. Next time, exchange this first. It makes it more Sente. And then you can go back and do something. What was your move? Black. So try to make your move Sente by throwing in. Better way to do it. Now black gets some territory. White plays here. That's an ask. If I was black, I would go here because I think the influence is bigger. All that stuff, and then play here. I think the influence is more valuable. That's only 2 points for white, and black's getting a lot more. I think this would be good. What place here? Really worried about the corner. Why not? So normally the move is here, right? This. Well, normally it's a Sabaki shape here, but in this case you don't want to do that, right? I like white a little bit better than black. So I can understand why black went here. Maybe this move's fine. I went here. Reason to give this a Atari. Black. Good idea, wrong move. Tiger's mouth is the vital point. Remember that, guys. I say that a lot. Tiger's mouth is the vital point. So play the tiger's mouth here. Okie dokie. So that's an in-game move. How does the target? Because the reason is this actually works. It does kill it and let white just lives. This influence is not bigger than this corner. This corner is much bigger, right? And white can do that anytime. So I'll probably, oh, don't Nobi Peep. I would have probably saved this because it's my base, and you want your base. Nobi Peep, normally not good. Bad liberties and bad peeping. Just jump. White's probably gonna go here. Well, white can go here if he wants. Maybe white jumps. Anyway, this peep doesn't feel good. White lives. Black plays here. Exchange once. Get all your forcing moves, and then play here. That way, you still get the move, and it's still okay for you. Because you want your forcing moves, right? No reason to really play that one. Why? Your eyes okay? I guess so. I would have probably wanted this just for eyes. And this is an empty triangle for black, so I don't really care if black gets it. So probably I would have been more worried about the Atari than this. Yeah, because later this might come up. It might not do anything right now, but later it might have Hodge. And I don't really care about that empty triangle. I would have probably done that for anyway, that's a small thing. Black plays here, not a bad idea. Here, connect. Connect. Stay strong. Don't give black a this type of peep. Because later, or maybe immediately or later, this peep would be good for black. Reason to give that. Black goes in. Black goes in. A split. Again. Cut the groups apart. Weak groups. Cut. Also, I don't think you're fine here. I don't think this group's fine. I don't want to defend. Maybe just this. I think that's fine. Even if white gets it now, you can just go in. And if white runs away with something, you can still split. So overall, I think black's ahead by quite a bit. Right, so black goes in, gets a major weak. Split. Don't make eyes before running away. It's not efficient. It's not an efficient base, so it's not very good for points. Therefore, running away is more valuable because thickness is more valuable than 2 or 3 points. Just come out and split. I think that's the biggest key in this game. Is this move? Biggest thing is that move. White. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop here. I think white, you have some really cool, clever ideas that seem cool and seem to work, but you're missing the overall concept. So, to improve, from white's perspective, to improve, I think you need to calm down and play the normal moves first. Learn the normal moves. Your clever ideas are great, yeah, but your judgment is wrong and your timing is wrong and your results are usually wrong. So you need clever moves when you need something a little extra, but normal moves are most of the time fine. Normal moves work, normal moves get you something, and normal moves are fine most of the time. And then sometimes when a fight comes up, you'll need that little extra something, and that's when your cleverness will shine. That's when your cleverness will be good, and you take advantage of your opponent. But your cleverness, you're relying only on your cleverness. You have no basics, you have no judgment, you're not relying on any of that, and you're only relying on your cleverness. And you can't only rely on that. You're not getting any points. Like, look at the points. The only area that you really have that's worth something is A. B is like 5 to 7 points. C is maybe 10 points at most. D is only a few points, and A is only your only big territory. Where black has E, F. This is not a position yet. That's because black messed up. And G. And E, F, and G are all more efficient than B, D, and C. A is the only one that is actually good. But G, E, and F are all 3 positions bigger than than C, D, and B. Granted, I don't think you're losing by too much, but that's because your opponent just didn't punish you properly or play the big moves properly. Now your opponent's a 9Q and you're a 7Q, so you're expected to do a little bit better than him. But if you want to improve, you're going to eventually run into opponents that are going to make more territory than you, and your cleverness isn't going to save you, because cleverness is only to take a few points advantage in a certain local area. But global positions and global combinations are much bigger than your cleverness points-wise. So you need to combine basics with your cleverness and get the timing of when to use your cleverness. So make sure you understand the basics, master basics first. Black, you need to learn to deal with cleverness because I think you need to learn your judgment. And a way to improve that is probably to review pro games and a lot of game commentaries. And you want to see their combinations. Probably focus on Japanese games because combinations in Japan, the Japanese games are much better. Um, Korean games is a lot of fighting and stuff. So maybe focus on that and pay close attention to their combination ideas. And when their opponents play a strange move, try to think what result are they aiming for? What is the result after they play out the variations? And try to see that and try to just think what is the goal here? Is it to gain thickness? Is it to help the other stones on the other side of the board? I really think you got to work on your combinations, like global combinations. That's the way to deal with clever moves. Who cares if they live small in the corner? Like, for example, in this corner, who cares if they live in the corner? Just let them live, right? Let them live, and just get the influence. This influence is much better than 2 points, and that's what you need to have. You need to have the variations in your head that what are the moves possible. We have this, for example, we have this move, and we have this move, and we have this move. These are the possible moves. We know this from study and experience and reading. So now we read which one is good on this board. And for that, you need judgment. So I really think you need to improve your judgment, and you can do that with lessons, reviewing your games, and doing pro games, and just keeping a special eye out for it. Like pay attention to the combinations, and then compare the results in your head. Hopefully that will help you. But make sure you read all the moves and not just one. Don't just read one move and think, oh, this is okay. Yeah, it might be okay, but maybe there's another variation that's even better, right? So you have to think, what are the possible moves? So here it's 1, 2, 3, 4 possible moves. Read out each one and think which result is good on this board. That's how you can improve your judgment. When you can visualize all the results and just compare them to each other, you can understand judgment. Don't forget counting and think about where the territory is. Really think about starting to learn how to count. Counting is a really important factor for judgment as well, so don't forget that. But anyway, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video, and hopefully you found it helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys